Good morning, mi gente. It's 9 a.m. I know. Gay people and an LGBTQ plus Kiki at 9 in the freaking morning? Well, that's why I'm still in bed. I'm FayWhat, and I'm gonna help you get your week started off right. We have lots of fun things to talk about. It's gonna be an amazing week.
Rainbows, gay boys, hashtag that girl, sunbeams, drag queens, L-word, is that girl, the girl of all our dreams. She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, hashtag that girl, pride-filled, tea-dance, Wilton, is that girl, Latina, but she's universal too. If you find a girl to love, only one girl to love, then she'll be that girl too. That girl.
The FayWhat Show is America's first LGBTQ plus morning show, and we are live right now on Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, Amazon Fire Television, YouTube, and Facebook. I'm also on demand, baby. It's Monday, October 3rd, and welcome to the FayWhat Show. So let's kiki about what's going on in the LGBTQ plus community. I have a sidekick joining me in bed. You know him for some conversation, of course. What did you think I was talking about? I'm a lesbian. I don't want to do anything with a boy. Ew. Anyway, our first segment is called Gay Boys Sleep Late. This morning, I'm joined by my gay guy pal, writer, barfly, journalist, royal consort, and exiled ruler, John Hayden.
What? Hey. Oh, thank you. It's a bit early.
It is a bit early. I'm so sorry. Thank you for waking up early.
Oh, are you kidding me?
And welcome.
You and little Luna, baby girl, yeah.
I think Luna likes you.
I
think Luna likes you a lot.
She does.
So, John, what the hell are you doing in my bed again?
Well, you know,
And what the hell are you wearing? What is that?
I'm a merman. Woo, look.
You're a merman.
Yep.
That's why Luna's on top of you. She thinks you're fish. She's about to eat you.
She is about. Oh, good girl. Yeah, but I love being, you know, the merman because, like, my favorite porns lets me flip flop.
That means you're versed now? Is that what's going on?
Sure.
Okay, so the real question that I have for you, Mr. John Hayden, author extraordinaire and amazing friend of FayWhat, what have you done with Damien? I mean, it's very odd that 2 weeks in a row, Damien is not here, and just, by just mere accident, you end up in bed with me, pasties and all.
I don't know.
Looking very, 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 very comfortable.
I am quite comfortable. No, I mean, it's just, you know, he has decided to take a break, which he needs, obviously. And so, you know, if you can find the trunk that the place that he's in, then, you know, I can't wait for him to come back. But until then, the bed is mine, bitch.
You know what I heard? I heard that he just ate too many carbs this week, so he refused to get in bed with me because, and you don't care about that.
I was gonna say, what would that be? Eight carbs?
It's Damien.
For the week? Yeah.
Probably it's for the month, probably.
Yeah,
Have you seen his 8-pack?
Yeah.
Like his 6-pack has a 6-pack. Like it's really not fair.
No, I have an amazing 6-pack as well, and I love it so much that I keep it well protected under a nice thick 3-inch layer of fat.
You're still single, right?
Shockingly, yeah.
This might solidify that
yeah,
for
I think
a while.
so.
It might. Just kidding. Come on, call the FayWhat Show. We'll hook John Hayden up with some butt.
I love you.
All right. Well, there's a lot of interesting things going on this week in the LGBTQ plus community. John, let's kiki on some of them now.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So first, there are plenty in the LGBTQ plus community who don't really care anything about sports. Others dislike the NFL for their treatment of Colin Kaepernick. That being said, the NFL is giving LGBTQ plus music fans a special Valentine's Day gift with the announcement of the headliner for New Year's halftime for the halftime show. Super Bowl LVII will be held on February 12th, 2023, and will feature legendary music artist, fashion designer, and ball scene icon, Rihanna. What are we all talking about? I was so excited when I got this news. Oh my God, John.
I was so excited. And we were teased a little bit because we thought it was going to be Taylor Swift, like the day like leading up to it. And then at noon last weekend, they were like, it's Rihanna. And I'm like, oh, sweet. And the thing is, there are very few people who could do this show this year because last year's show was amazing. It was Dr. Dre, Snoop,
Eminem,
Mary J.
Yes.
I mean, all those people, and that, you know, and it was an amazing show. Now Rihanna's coming in.
Oh my God. Incredible.
She doesn't need to bring anybody with her.
But she will, you think?
She may, but she could be like Gaga and just do the whole show.
But she's got enough songs.
She does.
And she also has a ton of songs that she has people cameo on.
Yeah.
So maybe one of them will show up. Who knows?
Yeah.
But you're right. She can do the whole halftime by herself.
Oh.
What is it, 23 minutes or something like that? I remember J-Lo screaming about it in her documentary. Did you see that?
Yes.
Where she was like, you don't need two Latinas to fill this spot. I could have done it alone. Screw Shakira. I'm ad-libbing. She didn't really say that, but you know, that's how it sounded like.
What the emails sounded, yeah. Oh my God. But that was a good show too. But and Rihanna's going to look beautiful. Because why? Because she makes her own makeup.
Well, and also
her Fenty line.
And that's why she's going to look beautiful.
She's going to look amazing because she's going to do it all herself.
Nothing to do with the 150 people that she has around her, making sure that every pelito is in place and all her makeup is looking flawless and her clothes is just wonderfully set. Everywhere she goes, no,
just all her.
Just all her.
It's all about the celebrity. It's all about the face.
It's all about the face because she wakes up that way.
But I love it. I can't wait for the halftime.
No, it's going to be good. We have to have like a party or something. Let's do it in your pool.
Let's do it.
I think we should.
Yeah.
If you want to join us, he'll be dressed like this.
I will be. Maybe. In the pool.
In the pool.
And in the hot tub.
Flipping like that. Next, it's taken me over a week to come down off the high of an amazing concert that I got to attend recently. The world has been tough recently, and I needed some positivity in my life. Well, there is no more positive concert that you can go to than Lizzo, baby!
And I know that we're in Florida, so there's one thing I would love to say. Yay!
From signing flutes for fans to dancing and clearly nothing and looking flawless, okay? My feelings about Lizzo are best summed up by one of her song titles. I love you, bitch! I love you, bitch!
I love you, bitch.
What are we all talking about? Have you ever seen Lizzo in concert?
I have not gotten to. How was the show?
Oh my God, it was incredible, John. I mean, she is a bigger girl and she demonstrated and put it on blast for everybody to see in the most beautiful way. I had never seen someone that was bigger, right? And, you know, and no body shaming at all, in so little clothing and so proud of it. I mean, like she was on all the big screens and, you know, I was in radio, you know that, for a ton of years. And so I've been to every concert 4 and 5 times over. This was the most diverse concert I have ever gone to. And I mean ever. There were little girls with their moms, okay? And that black, brown, white women with their daughters, okay? There was cheerleading teams, okay? There was young, there was old. I mean, I saw a woman that like had to be in her 80s in there, all right? LGBTQ plus, every letter in the acronym was represented. I had never been to a concert that was that diverse and you felt the energy in the concert. You just did, you know? And she would get on stage and if nobody told you that they love you today and that you're wonderful and that you can do anything, let me be the first one to do that. She had the whole arena just feel that, say, I love you, you're wonderful, and you can do anything. And it was just like, I got goosebumps. It was just so wonderful. It was the first show in her new tour, and it started here in South Florida. So wherever you're watching us from, if you're able to go out and see Lizzo, go see it, man. You will walk away just so filled with light and love and energy and positivity. And I've never seen someone do that. And just, I don't know, it turns me on kind of when she plays the flute. It's weird.
Yeah, did she go full badass? Rocking the flute on a couple numbers.
Yes. And she brought she brought a little girl on stage and like surprised her with her mom that said that she wasn't going to be able to come. She took another little girl off the audience and signed her flute. She was like a 15-year-old and made this girl's day. I mean, it was incredible.
So when she signed the flute, did she sign like the flute or like the flute box?
No, she signed the flute.
Wow.
I know. And the first thing I thought of was like, let it dry, don't smudge it. You know?
Yeah, I totally forgot that she was in town because I didn't have tickets. So, I kind of mentally blocked it because I really wanted tickets. But I forgot she was in town. And then I went out on Saturday and I was able to get good parking at Alibi. And I'm like, oh, something's up. And I'm like, no, the hurricane's not here yet. What's going on? And I open my phone and I'm like, oh, everyone's at the Lizzo concert.
Everyone was
Everyone.
at Lizzo. Everyone. Like, I went to grab a pizza, and I must have run into, like, I don't know, 14 gay boys that I knew. And I was like, hey, hey!
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. Again, folks, if you're able to see it in the area that you're in, go get tickets today. But it might already be sold out because honestly, this concert was sold out when I went to it. Every seat was filled and it was just incredible. So next, September 18th was Dallas Pride. And one local gay bar celebrated by launching a new menu item that pokes fun at homophobes. Alexandre's chef, Sharina Hassel, has created a new panko breaded fried chicken sandwich named after its inspiration. Kind of. The sandwich, dubbed Chick-ful-Gay, is crispy, juicy, and only available on Sundays. And as the bar posted on Instagram, quote, our pickles touch, end quote. What are we all talking about? How fun is this?
Well, first off, I am always down for touching pickles. Always.
Take that in, folks.
Yeah.
Because he's been saving that.
Please take it in. Second of all, anytime you can poke a chicken tender into the eye of a Chick-fil-A person, I'm totally here for it. First off, they're a public health hazard. Have you ever tried to drive around one?
Yes.
They block lanes for like 8 miles back. They're just dangerous to begin with. Second of all, they are not our friends.
No.
So you know what? I won't even hate eat the food because I hear it's great. Won't try it. One time I was in the Atlanta airport in my terminal. It was like the only restaurant still open. I was like, well, I guess I'm going to be hungry till Fort Lauderdale.
You stayed hungry, right?
I did.
Oh, no, I can't. I can't even. And okay, and I'm ashamed, but not ashamed because I didn't know at the time, right? Many years ago, I had that hate sandwich. And that mother that hate sandwich tasted so damn good. I hate you people. Oh, but these lesbian lips will never touch another Chick-fil-A item as long as I live. They would have to make some kind of drastic change, which I know that they will not.
Right.
And that is that.
This sandwich we should try and score.
We should try to get it.
We should try and have them be our sponsor and then just bring in sandwiches on Wednesdays.
I love that. You think they can Uber Eats from Dallas?
Yeah, sure.
DoorDash?
I'm down for it.
Sure.
Yeah, DoorDash.
Oh my God. I can't believe that they're even closed on Sundays. What? I mean, they're just hateful hypocrites. Anyway, but go get this sandwich in Dallas. I love this. And we've got to figure out a way to get that shipped to us in some way. Okay, we're calling you guys, so get ready. Next, Lil Nas X just started his first ever tour last month. And at his opening night in Boston, a group of anti-LGBTQ plus protesters gathered outside. Of course, trolling the crowd as only he can, Lil Nas didn't yell at the protesters, but instead ordered them all pizza. I hope it had extra pepperoni. When he brought the pizzas out to the crowd, he realized one of the homophobes was actually a hottie. Our producers have tracked down the individual who is Christ Forgiveness Ministries pastor, David Guggio. Yes, you heard me right. Can gay love conquer hate? Can Lil Nas X show these Christians what love thy neighbor really means? Can I get some freaking pizza up in here? What are we all talking about? What do you think?
Well, we're talking about how hungry this show's making me. Pizza, chicken in the last segment. Yeah, no, I'm starving, so I'm going to need a little bit more butter on my toast today after seeing this preacher.
Yeah, you might not fit into that thing next week if you eat that. So let's give you something keto-like or something.
Well, maybe, yeah, no. No.
You don't feel like having some kale for breakfast? I can make you like a wheatgrass. I can make you like a little...
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Your face doesn't tell me that it sounds wonderful.
Oh, some chard?
Ew.
I've got a chard on.
Ew. Like chard is one of those foods that it goes in wrong and it comes out wrong. You know?
Yeah.
Like I prefer corn.
But
for
back
that
to
aspect.
But back to Lil Nas X.
Back to Lil Nas X. You know, Lil Nas X has just a very cool way of going against things. You know what I mean? Like you expect an artist to of this caliber to get mad, to fight back, to get security, or to just do something like just whatever, just kind of defensive, because I would be defensive over it. Instead, the man orders them food. Got to make sure to keep their energy up, right? Let's feed them with some pizza. And then he figures out that one of them is a pastor in the group, and a hottie pastor too.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
You know, he's still gay. He has eyes.
Yeah. I mean, you know, the pastor could make me rise after 3 days.
Wow.
But no, Lil Nas has faced this sort of thing his entire life, maybe not on this scale, but you know, even as an artist starting out, probably even as a queer kid growing up. So he has had time to figure out how to take back the power. How to take the power away, how to minimize these people who are trying to minimize him. And it's calculated, it's smart, it's empowering, and hopefully it will be inspiring to other young performers that are out there.
Yeah, no, and it will be. And he's got an incredible team around him. He really does, right? You just can tell. He doesn't have like the Britney team around him. You know what I mean?
No.
Poor Britney.
Nobody has the Britney team around her.
Nobody wants the Britney team around them.
No.
Finally, sexy teacher Jacob Ryan Carlew always has funny videos on TikTok talking about his students or teaching experiences. So in his classroom, he has pointless PowerPoint Fridays where students create a presentation on anything they'd like. Recently, one of the presentations made him laugh so hard that he had to share it with the world. The student associated different cereals with different sexualities.
Okay, so every Friday in my classroom, we do Pointless PowerPoint Fridays, and that is where students can get up and share something totally irreverent and informative with the classroom via PowerPoint presentation. And I had to absolutely share the winner of this week's because I was literally dying the whole time. Keep in mind, these range from like the worst allergies ranked and why, like the worst 10 pictures of Mr. Carlew and why, and like absolutely roasting me. But this one took it a step further this week. Okay, here we go. This changed my life. Cereals and their sexualities. Now I don't teach English and the student is just doing the best they can. Starting off, we have blueberry checks. I think that all checks are allies, but blueberry is my favorite. No, the student was also literally actually just informing students on the different sexualities. So this says, I personally think that the Cookie Crunch is omnisexual, meaning they fall in love with someone they have a deep connection with and nothing to do with gender, but they have a preference towards men. I think that Crunchberry is bi-curious, meaning they are experimenting with bisexuality. I think that mini wheats are homophobic / super straight, but are one of those people that are like, I don't hate them, I just don't support their lifestyle. Now, I will say that these are frosted mini wheats. I think that Fruit Loops are gay obvi. Fruity Pebbles, genderqueer, they are just genderqueer. I think that the marshmallow ones are lesbian, and they are probably dating someone who is non-binary. The distinction between Fruity Pebbles and Marshmallow Fruity Pebbles absolutely destroyed me. Lucky Charms are pansexual, meaning they don't have a gender preference. And last but certainly not least, Honeycomb are polysexual. They in love with both Lucky Charms and Captain Crunch. Honorable mention for this week is top 10 things that have been ruined for me because of TikTok, and the number one being Mr. Carlew. So, that was hurtful. Join us next Friday for more Pointless PowerPoints.
What are we all talking about? Did you see this?
I did. It's great, and it's you know, go find it on TikTok. I think it's also moved to other things since this went viral.
It went viral, so it's on Facebook and everywhere.
So yeah, check it out. I mean, first off, what a great teacher. What just a great teacher to be this positive and affirming, and clearly will never be able to work in Florida.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah, but giving them just a space, like a safe space that way to just be creative and teach. I mean, this video taught people taught maybe kids that had never understood the difference between all the letters in our acronym. This taught them a little bit of it. You know what I mean? From pansexual to lesbian cereals. I love that. What was it? It was like the Fruity Pebbles with marshmallow that were the lesbian cereal. And I looked up in my cabinet and guess who had 2 boxes of that? That's my guilty pleasure. FayWhat loves cereal at night. That's what I eat.
And you can spell out, like you get alphabets to spell out the acronym, you know, like in milk, the L, the G, the B, the T.
I usually spell bad words. I usually spell the F words. I just do. You know?
What's your favorite gay cereal?
God, that's hard. I loved how they presented the honeycombs at the end, right? Because the honeycombs just kind of went with everything, you know? There was a few there that are my favorites, like now, that I have like in my cabinet, you know? But there were some that were also probably overlooked, you don't think? Like I was thinking about like Cocoa Puffs.
Cocoa Puffs are the gayest one. That's what I was
getting ready to say. See, I wasn't going to say that they were the gayest one. I was gonna say that. Like Cocoa Puffs looks like little mini poos, and for that reason, I can't eat it.
And it's for that reason
that you like it. Nasty, nasty.
See you at the Ramrod on Tuesday.
The FayWhat show is part of one of the largest LGBTQ plus media companies in America. Hotspots magazine has been documenting the LGBTQ plus experience for 36 years. And Happening Out Television Network has been bringing you daily LGBTQ plus news, talk shows, and more for 4 years. In the same model of PBS and NPR, we are a nonprofit 501c3 organization whose mission is to educate and serve the LGBTQ plus community. Educating the LGBTQ plus community in Florida about what's going on in the area isn't always easy. Florida's presidential candidate Ron DeSantis calls it "Don't Say Gay." Fox News and Tucker Carlson call it the secret gay agenda. We don't care what they think, so we're taking them both back. Let's play with our great South Florida events in our own The Gay Agenda. First, they said we should go to the theater to better ourselves. Better ourselves? When you're from Skid Row, ain't no such thing. The cult classic Little Shop of Horrors is coming to the Broward Center on October 15th. So if you delight in pain and want to be a dentist, or you're a mean green mother from outer space, Suddenly Seymour and the rest of the cast of Misfits will be there to entertain you in the special presentation by the Slow Burn Theater. Go to happeningout.com, select the gay agenda, and search Little Shop for more. What do we love about this?
Everything.
Everything.
That movie, I remember the movie back when I was a kid with
Steve Martin
and Rick Moranis.
Yes!
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes!
And that was when he was blowing up with Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and all that. That was such a great time for just fun, goofy movies. And this is a good story. I mean, it's fun, it's funny, but it also has a great story to tell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's really good for the whole family to see. And of course, I love the
plant-eating people?
Well, that. I was going to say, I also loved the porn version of it.
What?
The Best Little Shop of Horrors in Texas.
I don't know which one I want to see first now. Listen, theater is back, and I love Slow Burn that they will bring these kind of theatrical experiences back to us. Yeah. Little Shop has been around for a million years, and the fact that you can still bring it, the LGBTQ plus community will go see it because we are just that way, and it's going to be a fun night. I love it. I love Broward Center and all that they do. Yeah,
and Slow Burn they're a local company. They do sometimes bring in an actor or two for the major roles from New York or Chicago or LA. But for the most part, it's the music is performed locally. The cast is mostly local. So it's good. You're supporting local theater. And that is what is still so neat. This is our second full season back since pandemic. And this is a make or break season for a lot of people.
For sure.
So buy some tickets, bitches.
I wish that I would have paid attention to Slow Burn before. I thought it was like a workout place, and I was like, oh, hell no, I ain't going there. You know how I hate the gym. So I was like, ugh. But no, go support Slow Burn for sure. Next, it's Oktoberfest. And do you know what that means? Dash Hounds, of course. Oakland Park's Oktoberfest celebration is this weekend, and it's sponsored by Funky Buddha and Central Bark. It will feature a live German band, authentic German beer, and beer garden featuring food and everything you would expect from an Oktoberfest celebration. It will also feature Central Bark's Dash Hound, Dash, and Central Bark's Doggy Fashion Show. It's all held at Jacob Pastorius Park. Go to happeningout.com, select the gay agenda, and search Oktoberfest for more. What do we love about this?
Dogs.
Oh my God, Dash Hounds.
Oh my God, and there's like they've got 4 legs that are maybe like this long each combined, like and then they run and they're just so happy, and they're always fabulously dressed because most of the owners are gay, but they are just running around. It's one of my favorite events of the year.
I love that.
You get up to Oakland Park, and the Funky Buddha is like right down the street. I mean, it's all like right there within walking distance. So you can do a little German fest, and then there's a ton of other little restaurants and things like that in that area. So yeah, go. It's so much fun. Pet the dogs. Ask before you pet the dogs.
Always ask before you pet the dogs. Always, because they bite.
Yeah.
Well, and also, I don't want you touching my dog.
Right. Yeah. It's like there's run up to babies. And like, oh, this is so cute. And like all of a sudden the child is public domain. No, don't touch strangers' babies and don't pet strangers' dogs without asking them first.
And don't touch pregnant ladies' bellies either. Like, you don't do that kind of stuff. What is wrong with people? Seriously.
Oh, people come up and rub my head still. Like they've never seen a bald person before.
I mean, it is very inviting. So
It
maybe
is.
that's what it is.
Yeah, and like last week during the hurricane, I was putting like lots of Rain-X on it so it would just like,
So it could just fall,
it would all
everything
just
could just
fall.
slide
Yeah,
off?
yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
You're crazy.
I
love
am.
that. Anyway, this event sounds like a lot of fun. I'm ashamed to say it, but I initially was like, ew, German food? Like, I'm not going to like any of that, right? And then I went to the Oktoberfest, and there was a ton of stuff that was really delicious.
Yeah.
I just had never been privy to that information that it was good food. So go check it out. Oktoberfest will be a lot of fun for you beer drinkers. They've got a huge beer garden, and you get to do this with your pet. Okay, you get that. In LGBTQ+, our pets are our children. So take your children to this event. Next, do you like leather? I like leather. I think I'm going to put John in leather next, right?
Okay.
Folks, you guys want to see John in leather, right? Yeah, okay. I think I'm going to put him in leather. So do you want to have a platform to discuss issues that you care about? The Mr. Ramrod contest is coming up. It's right around the corner, October 15th and 16th, and you could be the next person to represent Ramrod at International Mr. Leather. If you think you've got what it takes to represent South Florida at the international level, submit your registration to compete at ramrodbar.com. Go to happeningout.com, select the gay agenda, and search Mr. Ramrod for more. What do we love about this? You're always at Ramrod, or
am.
at least your butt is always at Ramrod.
It's always at Ramrod. No, it's great. It's 2 blocks from my house, so I can easily walk there. And we have such an amazing leather community.
Yes, we do.
It is so large. I mean, it's as large as probably anything outside of New York and San Francisco. We've got 2 leather bars, which
Eagle.
are both fabulous. Yeah, Eagle and
Ramrod.
the Ramrod. And so to be Mr. Ramrod is really, it's not just like, oh, we picked somebody out of the 10 people in Terre Haute, Indiana that are into leather. No, this is like a really together community.
Yeah.
And I've been to some events and it's very, the whole show and everything, and, they can look intimidating, and sometimes they are, but they're really great guys. I mean, it's a role. It is, it's also a way of life for many, but it's also, they're not mean. They're not scary. They can just be, scary looking, which I'm kind of into. So, but no, go to it 15th and, 15th and 16th?
15th and 16th.
Not this coming weekend, but the next one.
Yep.
It's going to be fun. It always is. Get there early. Get there early. Gay pageants never start on time, but you still want to be there early because it's going to be packed. Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely want to feel the sweat coming off the leather. Yeah. But, co-signing what John said, it's true. Like, I have to say that I was intimidated by the leather community before. And then I made a really good friend in the leather community, Elimination Onyx, right? And he's part of the Onyx family. And they were the sweetest people. They're like puppy dogs. Like, I had no idea. And I feel ridiculous that I thought adversely about it, like I really was just like, they're not going to be welcoming to a girl, and they're not going to be nice to me, they look mean, they're in leather, what are they going to do with that paddle? I might like it, like all those things come into play. I need to side voice, who was last year's Mr. Ramrod?
Blade Onyx owns Blade's Barbershop.
Oh, so not only does he do leather, but he also cuts hair. I mean, you have no need for that, but I hear he's good at what he does.
Yeah, he is. He's fantastic. And he did really well at the IML competition in Chicago a couple months ago. He did really well. I believe the Mr. Eagle person also did well. So, yeah, like I said, our community shows up, they represent. So go, have fun.
So side voice, an integral part of the show is like all about Ramrod. Like he's got like his favorite chair, and like they know, and when he comes in, they all go side voice. So it's one of those things. So I love to always inquire with him to see, anything like new and is there any drama this year? Side voice?
Not this year.
There was last year.
There was some drama last year.
So much drama.
But we're not going to think about that this year. This year is going to be all love, and Mr. Ramrod is going to be incredible, and they're going to go and represent us at MIL, and they're going to kill it.
Yes, they are.
Kill it. Next, we've discussed the ball scene before, and many people have asked where they can go to find out when the next one is happening, right? Well, you're in luck. On January 7th, the International Iconic House of Prodigy presents Gianni, the 20th anniversary house ball. This competition is going to be fierce, baby. The grand prize is in the category Femme Queen Face, and the theme is the Wicked Bride. The prize for this category is $12,000. Side voice, is that a typo?
Nope.
The winning prize is $12,000. That would pay my rent and mortgage for 6 months. More. Okay, anyway. So the second grand prize is open to all team realness with a prize of $9,000. What the hell? I'm going to the wrong ball.
Yeah, who's sponsoring this?
I mean,
we need to
the
get
ball,
them. Yeah.
The ball that I last time went to, like the prize was $300.
Yeah.
It was also in the basement of a warehouse. So think about that. In the
should
basement
have been the first clue.
of a warehouse. Not the warehouse, the basement of anyway.
Isn't that how Dahmer started out?
Oh, don't get me. I can't watch Dahmer.
Oh, it's
Have
good.
you watched it?
Oh, it's so good. Yeah.
Have you guys watched Dahmer? Like, Side Boys, have you watched Dahmer?
Not yet.
I can't get into it. Like, I started watching it, like, I saw the trailer. I'm not
Yeah.
even gonna lie and say that I saw the first 10 minutes. I saw the trailer and the creepy music, but the music was familiar, but it was creepy.
Yeah.
Right? I had a friend of mine, Cal Gajraj. He watched the whole thing and then he texted me and he goes, I will never go to a boy's house again. That's how Dahmer killed people. And I'm like, bitch, please. You're saying that now.
Yeah.
Next week it'll all be over and you'll be fine. Anyway, okay, so back to the house.
Gala.
Sorry, back to the house. So the theme for this is Andrew Cunanan sneaking into the Versace fashion show before the infamous murder. Wow, they gave you a whole storyline for this.
Yeah.
I love that. Make sure to get your tickets and check out all the categories these icons will be walking in. Go to happeningout.com, select the gay agenda, and search Gianni for more. What do we love about this? Like, I love ballroom. I think we need to have more events of that. It used to be such an underground thing, but now we all know about it and know what it represents.
Right.
You know, I'd love to see these events be more, I guess mainstream is not the word I'm looking for, but just more attended by just nobodies like us.
Right. The theme gives me pause because it was such a traumatic real life event, much like Dahmer, but just the Andrew Cunanan's killing spree that went, I think, from Minneapolis down to Miami.
Yeah.
And I just hope it doesn't become mockery because a lot of people were hurt along the way, not just Johnny Versace.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
That's very true.
So that's my thought. But overall, the idea, love.
Yeah, no, and thought through.
Yeah.
Like really thought through.
Yeah.
Huh, okay, well, go check it out. Go. I mean, $12,000? $9,000? Really? That could help you a lot right now. You can get new shoes. You can get that work you wanted to get done. You know what I'm talking about.
I could get rid of chins 2 through 5.
How about 6 and 1?
And then it's only $12,000.
All right. Finally, the charity known as Our Fund is one of the most important funding services for nonprofits in South Florida. This year, they partner with the LGBTQ plus Task Force and the Miami Foundation with an initiative called the LGBTQ plus Equity Fund. The biggest sources of funding for this initiative are the Winter Party Festival and the Task Force Gala. There's still time to help support this fund with this year's gala, happening on October 22nd at the Miami Beach Convention Center. If high-end galas aren't your thing, there's also a special offer for the after party, and the after party tickets are available for only $50, and that includes open bar, baby. Go to happeningout.com, select the gay agenda, and search Task Force for more. What do we love about this?
Well, we love Task Force.
I love the Task Force, and I love their gala. Like, I mean, they do so much for our community, but that gala is just it's just the gala that I look forward to all year long.
Right.
You know, like you know me, John. You know I love to get dressed up. Anything to get dressed up and put on some heels and makeup, I'm there.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the Task Force, it's like elevated. It's always like everybody who's anybody in LGBTQ plus is there. You know, and all that they do for our community is just like there's no words to show appreciation for them. You know, but a lot of people don't have the flow sometimes to pay that ticket price, you know?
Yeah.
So the fact that they offer an after party for just $50, and they always have like a world-renowned DJ, like they had Tracy Young last year, and they also had Athena at the after party. So who knows what they're gonna bring this year, and you get it for $50. I mean, if you can't afford the gala, we've got another way for you to still support and still have a great time.
Yeah, I'm so looking forward to this. And how often do I usually, A, get dressed up, B, go out, C, on a Saturday night?
And hang out with 300 people?
And hang out with
never.
Yeah.
You don't do that. You do that once a year at the Task Force.
Yeah, I'm doing it in a couple weeks on the 22nd. And that's because we don't want to, pick at scars or wounds here, but that's the event to be at on the 22nd. Boom, just saying. Political party two things we love.
And especially this year, you know, the November elections are right around the corner, and
Yeah.
the task force are there at the forefront fighting for our rights. So we should be fighting for them as well.
Yep.
So you can see rich content on all these events at happeningout.com and click the gay agenda in the menu. Well, that is what we will all be talking about this week and the events that we want to attend. I got to thank my John Hayden. Whoop, whoop, whoop. What are you going to be doing this week? Anything fun aside from peeling off your pink
Well,
pasties?
I love my pink pasties. They're flamingos, and you've been to my house. It's pink. It's like literally this color,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
there are pink flamingos in the rock garden. So this is very much on brand for me.
It really is.
Yeah.
If you go to your house, it looks like Flockfest just blew up in your house.
It does, yeah.
Right? Flockfest is like it's an organization down here in South Florida, and they are just wonderful. And they put on events to support other nonprofits, and their thing is flamingos. So if you go to any of their events, there's like 3,000 filled up flamingos. Who had to put their mouth to 3,000 flamingos? Gay boys that probably like to,
Yeah.
probably.
3,000.
It's a lot.
God, my jaw gets tired just thinking about it.
Lockjaw. He gets lockjaw. John Hayden, thank you so much for getting up early for the FayWhat show. And remember to make sure to follow him on Instagram, because I know how hard it is for you to get up late. I'm going to put his Instagram and his handle on the bottom here. Yeah. Follow John Hayden on all social media. Make sure that you pick up SFGN weekly. He always writes incredible articles about things that we need to be abreast about. I said abreast.
I touched the breast. I'm 12.
I love you, John.
I love
Give
you.
me a kiss. Mwah. You are. You're more like 11. Thank you. All right. I'll see you soon.
All right.
Did you know that Happening Out Television Network studios are located at Sunshine Cathedral Square? That also houses Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church located in Fort Lauderdale. We broadcast their Sunday service every week to more than 30,000 at 10:30 a.m.
Hi, I'm Evan Almanzar, and I'm with Sunsurf Youth Leadership Council, and Sunshine Cathedral is my queer church.
At the FayWhat show, we want to introduce you to interesting people that are important to our LGBTQ plus community. Today, we are talking to one of our friends, Tarek Tarjuman. I love to have interesting people in my bed. You know I do, right? And our next guest is an interesting guy, but he's also a friend. He's Tarek Tarjuman.
What's up?
So Tarek is a queer Guatemalan-born Palestinian-American comedian. Yeah, take that all in. Living in Miami, Florida. His stories of his diverse upbringing and experiences as a real estate agent will surely leave you baffled and entertained. He's currently an improv actor and the host of Tonight with Tarek at Villain Theater in Miami. He headlined Gay 8 Fest, the Gay 8 Festival, Gay Ocho, and Villain Theater's Pride Comedy Festival, No Fear, We're Queer in 2022. Welcome, Tarek!
What's up?
Oh, what up?
FayWhat.
FayWhat. So, Tarek, is it Tarek or Tarek? You know, I've known you for about 2 years now, and every single time I talk to you, I say your name different, and you allow it.
It's because it's a name it's an Arab name, but it's
So automatically we can't say 5 letters?
No, but so everyone says it different depending on the country.
Okay, so what have you heard?
Some people, there's Tariq. Is very common here.
Tariq is kind of sexy.
Tariq.
Okay, when
the pronunciation Arab is Tariq.
Tarek.
So Tariq. But in Espanol, todo el mundo dice Tariq.
Tarek. Like they don't know what a K is. Tarek.
And I went to an American school my whole life, so I've always been Tarek.
Okay.
Kind of like Derek.
Okay, so then you prefer Tarek.
Yeah, the American pronunciation of my name is Tarek.
But you're just tired of like telling people that's not how it is, so you just let them talk to you.
I don't mind it. Because it's Tarek.
Okay, Tariq, but my name is Faye. If somebody decided to call me Flay or Frey,
no, but they're not adding
or gay, which I don't mind
because they're not
either.
adding a letter. I don't care. Look, just remember my name, okay?
It rhymes with Derek.
It rhymes.
Tarek. Now we're done.
Yes.
All right. Tarek, you've been a friend, so I'm so happy that you agreed to get in bed with
Thank
me. I've been
you.
trying to get you in bed for a while. I know that sounds sexy, but it's
been
not
a
really.
minute since I was in bed with a lady.
I'm so happy to see you and so
I'm
happy.
so happy. You look great,
Hi,
Faye.
Poppy.
Look
Thank you.
at you.
Look at me at 9 in the morning looking like this. I
Oh my
woke up like
God.
this. I woke up like this, bitch.
Oh my God. You look great.
Thank you.
And you
You
were
look
in
great.
Italy, weren't you?
I was in Italy for like 3 weeks.
I
Were you
know.
following my adventures?
I was.
Girl, I brought 5 bags. I took 5 bags of clothes.
Always. I grew up going to Italy. My mother's Italian, and it was just suitcases every time we went. Up
Yeah.
olive oil, wine.
That's why she had you, was to carry the suitcases.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
really was.
You know?
That's why she overfed me.
Oh my God. So,
anyways,
Tarek, are you a bear? Do you consider yourself a bear?
yeah. I do consider myself
I mean,
a
because
bear.
I heard you say refer to yourself as queer. You've referred to yourself,
Yeah. I think it's interesting because I grew up fat and always on a diet or trying to be skinnier.
do you have siblings?
I do. We're
And-
5.
And they're all bigger also?
We all went through stages. Now they're all kind of skinny. I'm the only fat one right now. And we've always struggled with our weight, all of us.
Okay.
All of us. And I grew up with I have a lot of body dysmorphia. So I remember being called a bear, like when I came out of the closet in high school and then college and stuff. And then being offended a little because I was like, I'm not fat. I don't want to be fat. I want to have a 6-pack and be one of the South Beach gays. you know?
Yeah.
And then I realized I was never going to be one of those gays. I tried.
You tried your bestest.
Girl, I had a 6-pack for like 6 months. And then,
And by a 6-pack, do you mean like a 6-pack of beer that you held in your hand? You
No,
actually had like a 6-pack?
I had a 6-pack and I don't remember having it. But then like I saw, someone showed me a picture one day. I'm like, is that me?
Oh yeah, isn't
But
that
that's
the
how
worst?
body dysmorphia
But isn't that the worst that you'll look at a picture of somebody, those damn memories on Facebook, screw you, right? And then
Oh
you
my
see
God.
something.
That's
I'm like,
giving people depression.
Oh, yeah.
Facebook needs to stop.
they do need to stop. I don't need to remember
I don't
that.
need to
Okay?
remember
Yes.
anything.
Here's a picture of you when you were hotter. I don't want to see that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
here's a picture of you before you were depressed mess.
Yeah,
You know what I
here's you with your ex when you looked your best. And you're like, okay.
But at that moment when you took that picture, you felt fat. Right?
Yeah,
Isn't
yeah.
that
I
crazy how
never
that
saw myself accurately, I guess. Or, with kindness or
is? Yeah.
but now in the last few years I have embraced being just a big guy or not having a 6-pack because let me tell you, in the gay community, a small love handle makes you a bear.
Does it really?
I feel like they call bears anyone who doesn't fit like either the twink or the jock body type.
Mhm.
If you're a bigger guy or if you have like a dad bod or just a regular masculine looking body, you're considered a bear.
You're considered a bear.
Yeah.
So you're saying that they just put everybody, because I know bears who take that really seriously.
I
that
know
they-
muscle bears who don't have love handles, but they consider themselves bears because they're big and hairy,
Yeah.
So I feel like it's, I don't know, it's kind of like a subculture. Or
Okay, but if
whatever.
you're
But
embracing that, then that's it. You're
Yeah.
a queer bear.
I am a queer bear.
You can even
I
start a
am.
cartoon, Queer Bears.
Yes.
Like Care Bears. But queer bears, you know?
Well, I have a show, The 3 Bears, with Poppy J. Snacks.
Oh, I love Poppy.
And Aldi
I love
Miko,
that
yeah.
picture. We're gonna have to talk about that.
Yeah.
How happy? Okay, you're Palestinian, you're Guatemalan. How happy were your parents when you decided to be a comedian?
Well, I always was. I was a child actor. I was in
Okay.
theater
Uh-huh.
as a kid in
And
Guatemala.
by theater, in
Jordan.
Guatemala.
Yeah.
But like, what does that mean in Guatemala?
In
You being
I-
on theater? Was that like a fucking
Well, I
like
was
a
just-
shower curtain and like
Yeah,
some
basically.
strings, and
No,
then
no,
like
no.
the
I was-
drunk guy from the block would go, "Aquí
Yeah.
está aesthetic," and then you would perform and do something.
No, I was part of a theater company, the American Theater Company in Guatemala, El IGA. That's what it was called. And I was in all their musicals. I was in Jesus Christ Soup for 3 years. I did mostly smaller parts and like supporting parts because the main roles were for bigger actors. I was young. I was 14, 15. But I was in all their musicals. And then in high school, she was a star, honey. But I always was an actor, and I always wanted to be. And I was always a comedic actor. I was like, they would used to call me Robin Williams, Jim Carrey, because I was an over actor. And I just love to be funny and ridiculous. Also, because I was closeted, it was a way for me to be gay. Because I've always been very flamboyant, and it was very hard for me to control it. So the stage was really the only place that I could just really be me. So honestly, I look back at all the roles I would play or what I would do for acting, and I think I was acting more like myself than I was acting like the character, because that was the way to do it.
It's like, okay, Tarek as the milkman, but in this episode, he's the gay milkman.
Well, that was funny because I remember being, I also did a lot of theater in Jordan. I lived in Jordan, Amman, Jordan, for a few years when I was like 12, 13, 14. And I did commercials on television. I also, did all the plays in school. And off stage, I got bullied a lot for being flamboyant and gay. And people would make fun of my voice and whatever. But then on stage, I just remember seeing the same faces that would make fun of me cracking the fuck up.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Can I say that?
Yeah, you just did that.
But you know what I mean?
There's something about that. Like there is some weird, like orgasm that happens when you make people laugh.
And people that don't like you.
And people that don't like you, or people that give you the side eye.
Yeah. It's crazy. And I see it now when I do stand-up. So after I went to college, I immigrated to this country for college. I was a student without, I had a student visa, so I couldn't start working in entertainment or anything. I got into real estate and kind of stopped doing it until 5 years ago when I started doing stand-up comedy again.
Okay.
But I've always been a comedian.
Well, no, you're funny as shit. You're funny as fuck. He really is really funny. Okay, a little bit of a downer. So, you're Palestinian and you're a huge advocate about all the crap that has been happening there. And there was just some bombings recently also, right? Does all that bad news fuel your comedy or help you with your comedy?
Oh my God, that's crazy. I was not taking my comedy. The first 3 years that I started doing comedy, I struggled a lot. It was hard. There wasn't as many venues. Pre-COVID in Miami, comedy was a very different place. There wasn't many venues and stuff.
Queer comedy, even less.
No, even less. And then, also being Arab or looking like an Arab or Muslim person was unusual for Floridians, just because there's not a lot of us here.
Yeah.
And so it was challenging for me to do it. So I started doing a lot of, the bar comedy, dick jokes, this and that. And I started hating comedy because I really am an artist who needed an expression. And part of my frustration was Palestine, And so I did want to talk about it, but I couldn't find my voice until I found the Villain Theater. And
how did you find them?
Some friends started taking some classes there. And
you went over there and took over. All right, I'm here.
The
queer bear is here.
Yeah, her name's Lori Diaz, and she's a famous barber. She's amazing. She's a hairstylist, barber, designer. She's incredible. Lori Diaz, look her up. Shout out to her. And she just posted that she was doing some improv classes. I'm like, oh, where are you doing improv? Oh, it's in Little Haiti, where the Villain Theater is. And that's my area. I'm in the Wynwood, Little Haiti, Buena Vista area. So I'm like, oh, it's right there. I'm going to do it, And I found a community of gays and people of color and women and very supportive, all kinds of people, and who were kind of like me. They couldn't find their voice in the very limited comedy world that's Miami. It's still very cis. It's still very white or white passing Latino.
Yeah.
And it's mainly just guys, like just guys. Like straight guys.
Yeah.
It's just kind of weird sometimes.
No, but it's true. And I went to the Villain Theater to see you perform once, and I didn't expect that diversity. And I feel bad that I didn't. Like we don't. Like I just didn't. And then había mujeres, había blanca, había brown. They had a little bit of everything, and I was like, oh shit.
I've been teaching the stand-up there for a year now, and I look at my classes of 10 people. And I can't believe the diversity sometimes. I have Asians now. I have non-binary.
I love that.
I have everything. We want more, but we've had trans students. It's been great.
And it will happen.
Yeah, we have a scholarship program for Black and for trans people.
I love it.
So we have 3 seats in every class: improv, stand-up, sketch. for any Black or trans person to support Black Lives Matter and trans lives.
So look up the Villain Theater for that.
And it's been an incredible program for Black women. You don't know how many Haitian and Jamaican and Cuban, all kinds of Black women have started doing comedy in Villain Theater. It's kind of amazing.
I love that.
They never felt comfortable to speak about what they really wanted to speak in Florida. Villain also provides that space.
A safe space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also a black box theater that's content based. So you can do dick jokes and funny jokes, and we love all kinds of comedy, but at some point you need to give the audience content, something interesting, something that they'll
educate
remember.
them in some way,
something
shape, or
that'll make
form.
them feel and remember you, whatever it might be.
Whatever it might be.
But so it is the place to develop content in Miami or in South Florida, really.
Are you single?
I'm not single.
Oh my God, look at that big smile.
Yeah,
wow, okay, the last time I asked you that, you said you were single.
I'm back with my ex.
Wow, what a lesbian.
What a lesbian! Well, I think that like once bears hit 30, they become like lesbians.
Have you seen Uncoupled?
No.
You've got to see it.
I have
It's
to see it.
Doogie Howser.
Yes.
Everybody's been talking about
Everyone's
it.
been
And it's,
talking about it.
you're not 40 yet, but it's like being gay and in your 40s and, being single could be hard and all that. So you end up kind of, are you settling for your ex? Because you're 30-something? Turn off the TV now. I'm so sorry.
I don't, sometimes I feel like that. He does too. But no, we separated because of COVID. It's a long distance relationship. He lives in Greece. He's Greek.
Okay.
I'll be in Greece in September.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, drop it.
I'll go see Athena. So we were back and forth all the time, and then we separated for a year during COVID. We had to go. We had to figure out our lives, and now we're back together.
We're
testing the waters.
Is it because you're hard to date?
I am hard to date.
No, listen. Okay.
I also really liked the long distance.
You liked
aspect.
it.
I liked it.
Okay, but were you monogamous?
I'm a selfish Leo.
Were you monogamous during that time? No.
We're
no,
open.
you're open. Okay,
Yeah,
of course you are. Freaking gay
Well,
boys.
yeah, it's open sexually.
No, I got you.
Just sexually,
We have
not
needs.
yeah.
Yeah.
We do.
So I had Anna Lepoli
Yes.
in bed with
Oh my
me,
God,
which I
icon.
met her through you. So thank you.
Oh,
'cause
really?
I love her.
She's a lesbian icon in
Anna
Florida.
is just
Hello.
everything. He mentioned her once, and
Yeah.
I was like, I must find this woman, and then I put her in bed with her.
And she's so busy. So whenever you can book her, book her.
Oh my God.
If you ever have the opportunity to book Anna
Yes,
Lepoli, guys,
Anna Lepoli.
book
Look it
her.
up, or look up the last time that she was on the show. She was super funny. So I asked her if she would date herself, and she said, "F no."
Yeah, same. Same.
Like even stuttered. Like,
well, my boyfriend, the reason it works is because he gets me. Well, he's very different in a way, but similar. Like I'm a Leo, I'm extroverted,
so your birthday's now.
It was July 24th. was my
Woohoo!
birthday,
Okay, all right.
I share a birthday with J-Lo, but I do.
Wow. That's his claim to fame.
Yeah, that's it.
I share a birthday
That's
with
it.
J-Lo. Mhm.
Anyways, and he's a Scorpio. But we're both strong personalities. He's just he's quiet about it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
So
we
he
need
can
that.
deal with my strength, but he lets me be the funny loud one.
Mm-hmm.
He was very important in me pursuing comedy.
Was he?
Yeah, because he's a life coach,
All right.
and he's a
Does that get
well-known
old though?
event
Like
planner
when
and stuff?
when
Yeah.
you're in a bad mood and he's like, "You can do it." You feel like going, "I'm if I would, please."
You described every argument we have.
Right? Or it's like, "You're enough,
Yeah,
Tarek."
he's
Oh,
very
God,
positive.
please.
He
and
is.
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
We need that. But
I
sometimes
need
it's
that,
like,
but
Dios mío, you know?
sometimes it's Dios mío. But that's why I appreciated the long distance.
I got you.
So
I got you.
I was able to get the best of everything.
Yeah.
Which
And
might
it's
sound like a selfish asshole,
Well,
but
that's us. I mean, it is. We can be
yeah.
selfish that way, but
it's great. He's my best friend.
and you get to have a honeymoon every time you see him because you
Yes.
live long distance.
So I know, and I've dated him for 6 years on and off. I've spent 4 summers in Greece.
Ooh.
It's something I never thought I'd do, and worked from there while I was there because I'm able to with my real estate and with everything I was doing. And it was just an incredible experience being in Greece and learning some Greek. And I don't know if you've ever been to Greece or spent
I'm
some
going
time
to Greece
there.
next year,
Oh my
which I'm
God.
super excited about it.
Let
Going
me
to
know.
Athens, going to Mykonos.
If I'm still with the Greek.
You'll probably be there.
Yeah, well, he's an event planner in Mykonos and Santorini, so I'm in Mykonos base, but I it's just such a wonderful place. I spent 3 weeks in Crete once.
That's
Crete,
so dope.
the island of Crete is incredible. The energy, the people, and super affordable and amazing. Go to Crete.
Oh, well,
And-
let's talk about affordable
Yeah.
and not being affordable. So South Florida is like the most not affordable place in the
Yeah.
world. Now, I have lived off and on in South Florida for about 20 years. And
Where
20
else
years,
have you lived?
I lived in New York City. I lived in Herald Square. I lived
Okay.
in San Francisco in the Castro and Twin Peaks.
Damn, so you know the expensive.
Yes, I
place-
lived. Yeah. Well, because for this gay girl,
it's
I
very
didn't want.
comparable markets. These expensive international.
Yes,
you
and
know.
also gay friendly. I
And gay,
refuse to
yeah.
live in a place that I mean, well, Florida hates us, but
But
you know,
we have our centers,
but being a
right?
gay friendly place,
Yeah.
that's always been important to me. You know, for me to feel safe in that capacity. But all these places are uber expensive. Now, everybody would always say California and New York were number one. Now, after COVID, Miami and South
Yeah.
Florida has like blown every other city out of the water and is now number one in most expensive rentals.
Yeah.
Our housing is a freaking mess. Our
It is.
property insurance has gone up substantially as well. As a homeowner, that's gone up $1,000 for my house.
Oh, for my condo too.
I mean-
I'm going to pay over $1,000 now for a 1-bedroom condo in Brickell because of how the insurance went up.
Yeah, and there's only 2 little companies that help South Florida, so you're
and-
kind of stuck.
Yes, and the Florida government is very relaxed with them, so they can really hike the prices up for anything. So this past year, all the condos got an insurance. Look at me going off on real estate. I've been a realtor for 12 years in Miami.
So he knows his stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but like the insurance company hiked now for condos
Well, that
because
also
of
have
the
the
condo
Surfside.
because
Surfside.
unfortunately
If you guys have heard of that, like so the
Yeah.
Surfside condo collapse happened down here in South Florida, where over 100 plus people died.
Yeah.
And including a friend of mine, DJ Teresa, who was
Oh,
just an
yes.
incredible
Oh, my
human
God.
being. And that
Tragedy.
sideswiped other condo owners because then insurance companies didn't want to carry them anymore.
No, and if your building is more than 10 years old now, they're like, getting
And all the buildings are older than 10 years
of
old.
course, and it doesn't, and that happened to that building because of a lot of situations that came together, right? And most buildings are not going through that, right? And are healthy. And so it's kind of unnecessary for them to do it. Like they're just using it as a reason to hike it that much. But also because the weather's getting more, dramatic with, the global warming and everything.
There's
They
a
also-
dust outside right now. There's a dust out. There's this thing called Saharan dust. I'm not even making it up. I'm not even making it up. He's like, really? Like, and
Yeah,
there's like,
there's a dust storm right now.
where for
in
people with
Florida.
COPD or if you're a smoker or something like that, you just can't get that air into your lungs. You can't breathe. It's like biting into a cheese.
Yeah.
It's like, what in the living hell?
Yeah.
So how is real estate for you right now?
It's been this year hasn't been as busy as the 2 previous years because after the COVID boom in Florida, everyone moved here because we were open, and in terms of COVID restrictions, anyways. But but then the inventory is so limited now and
Okay.
so expensive that I work with a lot of foreign investors and domestic out-of-state investors. So they're always looking at numbers. And because of that, this year has been slow for me because as an investor now, not much is worth
Yeah.
jumping into at the moment. So it's just the inventory is so low, but also because our politicians approve $1 million condo after $1 million condo, dedicate resources, time, meetings, land for these condos, and they're not doing the same for middle class rentals, whatever, affordable condos, single family homes for people near the city that can't afford them or need a little government assistance.
They're not doing any help for them.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And what they're doing is minimal compared to what they're doing for the condos, but these condos are for the minority. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make sense.
Yes.
So it doesn't make sense. And it's just the reality of Florida. We're a very, very conservative, capitalistic driven.
We're a mess. Tell the truth.
politically,
Listen,
yeah.
okay,
We're a mess.
We're a hot mess. Okay, the weather,
We
like
are.
you said, we can bite the sand outside. The hate that's being spewed to our community,
Oh
to the
my
LGBTQ plus
God.
community, the
Horrible.
laws that are being flung our way, the don't say gay, et cetera, et cetera,
It's a
et cetera. Where do you stand on all this?
It's-
What do you
it's-
think about that?
It's very depressing. I'm a very progressive person, right? Like, I I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I'm pretty independent. I think the person I would have come the closest to voting for may be Bernie Sanders, but maybe not. You know what I mean? Like I see everything from the bigger picture. And so I'm a very progressive person in my politics, which makes me a minority in Florida. You know what I mean? In most conversations, I kind of keep my mouth shut until just to avoid hustles. But so it's a little depressing because I do love Florida and I've been in Miami for almost 20 years. It is my home, but it's hard to be, it's hard to be a liberal there in a way.
No, yeah, it is.
Or, even queer, not even liberal politically. I'm just saying, being a queer person or someone who leads a very liberal way of life or just, not the conservative way of life. So it's getting harder. Yeah. It really is.
Like we thought after Trump got out of office that things would be kind of like better for our community. And instead it's been like a million times worse.
But you know what's really horrible is that, Latin Americans look up to the United States. So I work with a lot of wealthy Latinos, mostly white Latinos, but not all of them, that have made money or worked hard for the money or inherited, most of them. But they know about, they strive to be Americanized, or they listen to what America has to say, and they listen to Trump a lot. They like Trump a lot, but they listen to American presidents, and they listen to DeSantis. So I hear my clients that I work with ask me things like, "Oh, what do you think about Don't Say Gay?" And then I hear them say, "We never thought of that, but after we heard the governor speak, we think he might have a point." So I'm like, he's putting like the harm this person is doing. He's hurting people in Latin America. Yeah. You know what I mean? So these people go back to Latin America, Venezuela, Colombia, Guatemala, and they bring that idea to their countries that where homophobia is even worse
to begin with.
Yeah. So it's just I see the harm of it in so many levels. I see the fear in the young queer kids. It's a different fear. I had fear of a lot of my fear growing up was internalized because of coming out and stuff like that. Now I feel like it's a different fear of being attacked in a more direct way.
More directly. Yeah. And like firmly and like in your face. Like Trump made it okay to tell you in your face, I don't like you because you're queer. Yeah. Where before, if they thought that, they wouldn't say it.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's really sad. It's frustrating.
Are you gonna vote?
Yeah. I am. I actually got my citizenship like a year ago.
Woohoo!
Finally. Yay. So I am going to vote, yes, for the first time this month and for all the elections to come. But yeah, it is sad, but that's why I also do comedy in Florida. And I'm I'm a resident at the Villain Theater. We are a very progressive place. Like
the House of Yas.
The House of Yas.
The House of Yas.
Yes, which is great. It's Poppy J. Snacks. Patrick Rodriguez, Auntie Mame, the drag queen.
Oh, Auntie Mame is great.
It's such a great cast.
You have great energy there, and I think that it's you and your energy that makes all those personalities want to be there on stage with you.
It's a lot of people like me. Just a great. We have a great what's it called? Yeah, it's just
camaraderie.
Camaraderie.
And
in a way, it's kind of like we're refugees. We're in this cultural center for alternative culture. Like the people who come to our shows, the kids, the tourists, and everyone of all the ages that come to the show, I can see that they're interested in queer culture, or they're different, or they've had a struggle, or a lot of women of color come to our theater, and we don't have that in Florida, so we're very proud to be that. And the artists that come out of state and out of the country to perform in our theater are equally as alternative and different and special. So, it's great. I love being part of that. And now I do it with more passion because I understand how important it is for, the younger kids to have a queer stand-up teacher
to look up to,
and to have and for women to have many female comedians around them, and women comedy teachers, so that they can identify themselves and
it's also therapeutic for all of you. I mean, with all the shit that we just talked about that's been thrown at us on an everyday basis, you need that outlet or you'll go freaking insane.
I was going insane. I was very depressed. I was doing real estate nonstop, making money and stuff, but just not really being, stimulating in other ways. And also, I'm with wealthy people all day, or people who are more privileged than are more privileged than the majority of the people that live in this state. You know, of all the locals I see. So it kind of fucked me up in a way that I was kind of like in that world so much. Now I'm in two very different worlds.
Very different
I
worlds.
do jokes about how I'm like with wealthy New Yorkers during the day, and then I'm like with all the poor broke comedians during the night. And it's like, it's crazy because I can see
the extreme.
The people pushing out the people. I can see both. I'm part of the people of both peoples. So I don't know.
Do you do any stand-up in Spanish?
I do. Sí, si hago stand-up en español.
Difficult?
It is in South Florida because it's very niche. Like, there's a Cuban stand-up show. There's a Venezuelan stand-up show.
Yeah, I went to a Colombian stand-up show for Colombian independence, and I was freaking lost.
Okay. Oh my God. So you speak Spanish, you know what you can understand what they're saying, but you don't like,
But the jokes themselves.
The references.
Yes, I was lost.
I'm cast in a lot of Venezuelan shows. Because I have Venezuelan family, and I've lived here for a long time, and a lot of my friends were Venezuelan. I lived in Doral. I live in Brickell. Brickell's like Caracas. So I have camaraderie. I know some of the cultural references. So I've built a set for Venezuelans. So I get booked on these shows. But then I sit down and watch the other comedians, and my friends that I take with me, Venezuelan, are translating for me. They're like, that's a famous politician. That's, this case that
That's what the mom does every morning.
This is so niche, but they're brilliant. But that's the way Spanish-speaking comedy is in this country a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially in Miami, because I don't think we haven't really solidified our Miami Spanish speaking culture.
No, we don't have
where
one.
we all come together. We don't.
No, we don't have one.
Yeah.
And people say, because we have so many Cubans here that is it. But no, it's not, because we have so many other cultures here, and it all kind of blends together. Where our Spanglish, our Spanglish is not like New York Spanglish.
Well, we did. We started a formula. We're trying to formula in Villain Theater and some people in Miami, which is the Spanglish formula. Some famous comedians are doing it on Netflix and stuff, where they do a set that both people can, that English speakers can understand, but Spanish speakers will also. But we did one with Francisco Ramos. He's on Netflix. He's a very well-known Venezuelan American comic, and it was a hit. It was a hit. And it was nice because in the crowd, there was all kinds of Latinos. There was Cuban American, there was Cuban, recent Cuban immigrants, there was Puerto Ricans, there was Mexicans, there was all type of Latinos. So then all the comics were very relaxed to do more jokes and comedy because they had more opportunity, more content. That was very nice, but that's very rare in South Florida.
Right.
But I do Spanish comedy, and it's very fun. And there's some great venues. Support Spanish comedy.
Yeah, right, like that.
Yeah.
Spanish comedy. What's on the horizon for you, Turek? What's next? What's going on? I know you have a bunch of exciting stuff coming up. Tell us about it.
Well, I'm going on a mini Florida tour and more later on, starting in October throughout 2022 to 2023. We're going to Chicago. We're going to New York. Denver.
What, in a bus, in a car? How do you do that? You fly?
We're gonna fly.
What?
Private. No, I'm kidding. No. I have a magic carpet.
Just don't let it be spirit. That's all that matters.
Oh no. I don't
no,
fly
like
Spirit.
you need to get there. You
No.
need to get there. I'm sorry, I used to fly Spirit.
Also,
back
you
in the
know
day,
what? I did too, because
for
it
a
flies to
while.
Guatemala, and it was good. But they really fucked up my shit a lot of times. Where you're like, you know what?
It's
And
not
I live in
worth
Miami,
it.
so then you still had to get the cab or the Uber to go back.
Yeah.
So you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna pay the $100 more than it is to fly direct from
Yes.
MIA, which I'm really close to. So it's also that, but whatever.
And you have an anniversary coming up for the Villain Theater.
Well,
too?
yeah. Well, my tour dates in Florida, I'm going to be in Orlando. I'm going to be at St. Matthew's Tavern, which is a queer venue. It was an old church.
Sounds like a church. I was
It
going
was
to say
an
like,
old
it sounds like a
church, and now it's like a brewery, and they're doing comedy shows, and we are going to be there October 29th, Halloween weekend.
Awesome.
And it's the Three Bears, Poppy J Snacks, hosting Al D'Amico and myself. And we're going to have a guest, Alina Siddiqui. And then we're going to be in Tampa that weekend, Lakeland, and Fort Myers.
Nice.
So follow me on Instagram for that news. But we're coming your way, Central Florida. And this weekend is Villain Theater's 7th year anniversary.
That's awesome.
And we're
Can you
celebrating.
believe it's been 7 years? How long have you been there?
I've been there 4 years, 3 to 4 years. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations
Thank
to everybody
you.
over
And
at the
it's
Villain
great.
Theater.
And we're really graduating. Like in the 3 to 4 years that I've been there, now I can see the generation of younger comedians who come after me, and they're fucking killing it. The Generation Z, oh my God.
They are killing it.
I love them. I'm jealous, and I love them. They are incredible.
That's awesome.
Like, the
And they have
comedy
you.
shows have been grown a lot. I think you came to a comedy show, what, like 2 years? No, like a year or so.
Yeah.
We've grown so much since then.
Love.
Yeah, it's great. We're super happy.
I love
And we're celebrating this weekend. So go to villaintheater.com. Well, yes. So it's coming up.
Follow Tarek, and you'll be able to find out where he's going to be at, and then you can follow him everywhere. Villain Theater also has their own IG and Facebook, so you can follow them on also. And on Facebook, on Link, on Instagram,
I'm on TikTok, Tarek
on
the
TikTok,
Comedian.
he's on OnlyFans. Just find him, Tarek Turjuman.
As a camera person, I have assisted a friend with their OnlyFans, but I never starred in an OnlyFans.
Well, you should think about that. You never know.
Girl, I don't know.
Well, there's money in that.
I think doing stand-up comedy is more vulnerable and scarier than like showing.
It actually is. You feel like you're like naked on stage.
It might be easier
real.
just to be like, hey showing whole a little bit.
Here's my butt.
I just want to
are you still doing Tonight with Tarek as well?
Yes.
Okay, so make sure that you look that up as well.
I'd love to have you one day. You'd love that.
Oh, I
show.
would
It's
love
super
that.
fun. We do trivia. It's super fun.
I would love
great.
that.
Anna Lepley has done it many times. Brooke Cardis. I just started naming lesbians,
Oh, because that's it. That's it.
It's like convince you to come. Yeah.
I would love to go.
Yeah.
Tarek, thank you for being in bed
Thank
with
you
me
for
on the
having
FayWhat
me.
show.
This
Get
was
leave,
so
though.
much fun.
My
You
queer
are
bear.
gorgeous.
My queer bear.
Yay.
Make sure you follow Tarek everywhere
Please
on
do.
social media, right? Find out where he's going to be at. He is a funny ass bear queer.
I am.
Queer bear.
Queer bear.
Right? And, Poppy Snacks is also incredible. He's great. And he's got always this great footwear. You've got to also follow him as well.
Yes.
He's super cute. He's like a little otter. He's like a cub.
He's the they. He's the they.
They is like a cub. They're like a cub.
Yeah. They are a super. This is they. This is their merch. Go to Poppy J Snacks. But she's so cute. She's like a teddy bear. She literally looks like a teddy bear. She can be reproduced into a stuffed animal. Yeah.
Okay. If you
see Poppy J Snacks,
say, give me a hug.
Yeah. But no, because then don't give them COVID though.
or monkeypox.
Or monkeypox. She's vaccinated because she's gay.
And she's smart.
Isn't that hilarious that the monkeypox vaccines, you'd go there and it's only gay men?
That's it. I know boys that are actually going to the vaccinations to pick up guys.
Girl,
these are
the men.
All right, you heard it here first. All right, Tarek Turjuman, thank you for being on the FayWhat show. Make sure you follow him on social media, and we will be right back. Finally, this morning, I want to get our week started by telling you some things that are really important to me. We call it Fay, what's on my mind? So many Hispanics grew up hearing their fair share of locuras that every abuela insisted were the truth, right? Latinos grew up with things that like their grandmothers would tell them, and they took it as face value and they took it like truth, right? And we all know these superstitions can't possibly be real, but we still believe them and are scared shitless over them, really, scared as hell of breaking them. So here are some of my favorite Hispanic superstitions that I grew up really believing. The first one, never place your purse on the floor. Placing your bag on the floor will cause you to lose money, have bad luck with money. It's also a great way to get bacteria all over your bag. And I'm not trying to get my beautiful purse dirty, all right? It costed whatever gay boy bought me that purse a lot of money. So don't ever put your purse on the floor. Second, itchy palms mean money in your future. If your palm itches, don't scratch it. Don't even try to relieve it by rubbing it on a table or doorknob or your butt or anything, okay? Don't even spit on it. This means money in your future. So just embrace the burn and the itch. It will pay off soon, supposedly. Or your hand might just be very, very freaking dirty, just in case. All right, next, you must put a broom upside down behind the door. It wards off unwanted visitors and negative energy. So next time you don't want your mother-in-law to step on by, or that annoying queen that constantly is knocking on your door trying to borrow some condoms or lube, this might do the trick. Put the broom upside down behind your front door. We'll see. Finally, next, don't sweep a single woman's feet, okay? Make sure you stay away from a single woman for the next time you sweep the floor. If you sweep her feet, she'll never get married. Again, Complete BS. But if you sweep my feet today, I'll stop and be totally upset. Mind you, I'm married and have been for 4 years, but still, I would be upset if you swept my feet, okay? They brainwashed us, so don't sweep people's feet, all right? Next, eating 12 grapes before midnight on New Year's Eve. For each grape you eat, you make a wish for each month of the year. Making wishes are fun, so why not do this even if it's crap? I like this one, okay? Run around the block with a suitcase on New Year's Eve. This will grant you a full year of travel. Huh, I believe this like full-fledged. I took 2 big duffel bags and a trunk around the block. It took me about 2 hours, but I traveled a lot last year, so you might want to do it, all right? How about don't buy family or friends knives or scissors as a gift? This means that the relationship will be broken, okay? So think again about that set of knives that you brought as a wedding present for somebody, all right? Would a box cutter count? Would it be better? I don't know. Anyway, so these are some of the Hispanic superstitions that I grew up with. If you've got some or I missed some, send them over my way, okay? Put them in the comment section or send them to me at FayWhat@happeningout.com, all right? Well, that's it. That's the FayWhat show. I hope that you had fun. I did. I'm really passionate about trying to connect the L and the G in our LGBTQ+ community. It's often hard for us girls, but if we believe that we are one strong community, then we must support all the letters of our LGBT and Q+. We opened the show with a nod to Mary Tyler Moore, and that girl's Marlo Thomas. This show is dedicated to a strong LGBTQ+ community. I just encourage you to be a little bit kinder, a little bit funnier, and embrace our tremendous diversity. It really is what makes us so strong. Until next Monday, folks, at 9 a.m., live or anytime on demand. I'm FayWhat, and I'm #thatgirl. I wish you a week full of sunshine and rainbows. Stay gay.
Rainbows, gay boys, #that girl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl the girl of all our dreams? She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, #that girl. Pride-filled, tea dance, Wilton. Is that girl Latina but she's you?
So, did you enjoy the show? I know you did. So make sure to click subscribe so you won't miss any of the events, news, or interviews right here on the FayWhat show. Ring the bell at the bottom of the screen, right there, so you'll be alerted every time we're live. You can also click on the Happening Out Television Network logo so you can see all of the shows on the most diverse LGBTQ+ media network. Find out just what we're doing to bring the L and the G together right here on the FayWhat show.